US stands firm with India against terrorism, Trump responds to Pahalgam attack. US President Donald Trump reaffirmed America's unwavering support for India following a deadly terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, which claimed the lives of 26 people, many of them tourists. The reports from Kashmir are deeply troubling. The United States stands firmly with India in the fight against terrorism. We offer our prayers for the victims and wish a swift recovery to the injured. Prime Minister Modi and the resilient people of India have our full support and heartfelt sympathies. We are with you, Trump stated on Truth Social. The attack took place in the scenic town of Pahalgam, located approximately 90 kilometers from Srinagar, a major city in the region. Reacting strongly, Prime Minister Narendra Modi condemned what he called a heinous act, assuring the nation that those responsible would be brought to justice. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, who is currently on a 4-day visit to India with his wife Usha and their children, also expressed condolences. Usha and I are heartbroken by the tragic terrorist attack in Pahalgam. We extend our deepest sympathies to their victims and their families. Our thoughts and prayers are with them, he posted on X. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah described the incident as one of the most severe attacks on civilians in recent times, noting that the final death toll was still being confirmed. This assault on innocent visitors is barbaric. Those responsible are inhumane and deserve only condemnation, he stated. Deadly attack on tourists in Kashmir amid US Vice President's visit, at least 28 killed. At least 28 people, mostly tourists, lost their lives after suspected militants launched a deadly assault at a popular tourist site in Indian-administered Kashmir. The incident coincided with a visit to India by US Vice President J.D. Vance. The attack unfolded in Baizaran Valley, a scenic alpine meadow in Pahalgam, situated roughly 90 kilometers south of Srinagar. Authorities have described the event as one of the deadliest assaults on civilians in the region in recent years. The shooting began around 3 p.m. local time when assailants believed to have emerged from nearby mountains opened fire on tourists from the cover of dense pine forests. Disturbing footage circulated online showed victims lying in pools of blood, with relatives desperately pleading for help. Due to the remote location's inaccessibility by road, helicopters were used to airlift the injured. A local guide, Wahid, recounted reaching the site upon hearing gunfire and helping move some of the injured on horseback. I saw several bodies motionless on the ground, he said. One female survivor, speaking to the PTI news agency, said, "My husband was shot in the head. 7 others around us were also wounded." Omar Abdullah, the region's most prominent elected official, stated that the scale of the attack surpassed anything civilians had faced in recent years. Victims reportedly included tourists from Karnataka, Odisha, and Gujarat, along with 2 foreign nationals. At least 6 more people were injured. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who had met VP Vance a day earlier, condemned the heinous crime, vowing justice for the victims. In a statement from Saudi Arabia, he wrote, "Those behind this brutal act will not escape justice. Their malicious intent will fail. Our commitment to fight terrorism is unwavering." Security forces sealed off the area, launching a manhunt for the attackers. Local police reported that 2 to 3 assailants fired indiscriminately at tourists before fleeing on foot. Eyewitnesses described the chaos. One individual told India Today, "At first we thought it was firecrackers, then we heard people screaming. We ran for our lives." Another said he didn't stop running for nearly 4 kilometers. The attack has sparked protests in several parts of Indian-administered Kashmir. In Jammu, demonstrators led by right-wing activists blamed Pakistan for the violence. A group calling itself Kashmir Resistance claimed responsibility via social media, citing grievances over the Indian government's settlement policies that they argue are altering the region's demographics. Kashmir, a territory claimed by both India and Pakistan, has long been a flashpoint for violence since the outbreak of an anti-India insurgency in 1989. Though large-scale conflict had declined in recent years, the region remains volatile. India revoked Jammu and Kashmir's special autonomy in 2019, dividing it into two federally governed territories and permitting non-residents to acquire property and jobs, an action that many locals opposed. The government said the attack was a calculated attempt to incite fear among visitors and damage the tourism industry, which draws tens of thousands of domestic travelers during summer months. Vice President Vance condemned the devastating terrorist attack and offered condolences. Usher and I send our sympathies to their victims and their families in Pahalgam, India, he posted on social media. Our prayers are with all those affected. The Indian Army and paramilitary units have been deployed to pursue the attackers, amid concerns over a shift in militant tactics, as civilians, particularly tourists, have now become more frequent targets. Kashmir continues to be one of the world's most militarized zones, with both India and Pakistan asserting full claims over the region, despite each controlling only a portion. The two nations have fought several wars over the territory.